Today, we're diving into what you could call a microskill, something super useful that you can learn in literally just a few minutes, with stuff you probably have lying around the house. We're gonna build a water filter.
Okay, so that's a pretty big promise, right? But the whole point is that we're not talking about some fancy, expensive gadget from a camping store. We're talking about taking cloudy, kind of gross-looking water and making it look way, way cleaner. And fast.
So why even bother learning this? Well, this isn't about prepping for the end of the world. Not at all. It's actually about being ready for the small, temporary curveballs that life can sometimes throw at us.
I mean, think about it. When would you actually use this? Well, what if your town issues a boil water advisory? Or you're out camping and the only stream nearby is full of silt after a storm? In those real everyday moments, knowing how to do this gives you options. It gives you a little bit of control back.
So how does this whole thing even work? The magic of this filter is just how simple it is. There's no fancy tech here, just a really clever use of some basic old-school science.
It's all based on this idea called sediment filtration. Basically, you let gravity do all the work. As the water trickles down, it has to pass through a series of layers. The top layer, the gravel, catches the big stuff. Then the next layer, the sand, catches the finer, murkier particles. And the cloth at the very bottom, it's just there to hold everything in place. It's just elegant. And it works.
All right, here we go. This is the fun part, the hands-on guide. Let's walk through exactly how you build one of these 5-minute filters for yourself. Okay, now pay close attention because the order of these layers is everything. If you mix this up, it's just not going to work right. First, grab a plastic bottle, cut the bottom off, and flip it upside down. Step 2, stuff a piece of cloth into the neck. That's your base. Step 3, and this is the most important part, you pour in a good layer of fine sand. Finally, step 4, you add a layer of gravel or small pebbles right on top. So remember the order from the bottom up? Cloth, then sand, then gravel. That's the magic formula.
Now this next part is incredibly important. We need to be crystal clear about what this little filter can do, and maybe more importantly, what it absolutely cannot do. This is all about managing expectations.
And here's the deal. What this filter does is pretty amazing. It removes all that visible dirt and gunk, making the water look so much better. But, and this is a huge but, what it does not do is kill bacteria or viruses. It doesn't remove chemicals you can't see. So this water is still not safe to drink on its own. You have to think of this filter as an essential first step. It gets the water ready for the final step, like boiling, which actually makes it safe.
So, let's bring this all home. What's the big idea we should be walking away with? Well, the real value here is actually bigger than just getting clearer water.
I love this quote from our source material because it just nails it. In a moment where things feel a little out of your hands, a simple, practical skill like this gives you a feeling of agency. It's empowering, knowing you can actually do something to make your situation better.
And that's really what makes this a true microskill, right? It's not some complicated thing you have to look up in a manual. It's a simple process, cloth, sand, gravel, that you can easily remember even when you're stressed. And that's what makes it so powerful. In the end, learning this isn't just about filtering water. It's about building a mindset of capability. It proves that you can solve real-world problems with just a little bit of knowledge and some simple tools. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. What simple, practical skill are you going to learn next?